Hey guys, welcome back to my next art book preview video. This week I have a large range of sketchbooks to choose from. So these are all Ben Caldwell sketchbooks. I just put in an order on Ben's website, so I got 9 sketchbooks because I was paying for delivery anyway. But for this one, let's start with 2. Let's start with one of the thinner ones, which is Sketchbook 29. This is the oldest one that I own. And then this one, which I think says B41, which is a thicker 200-page one. Let's start with the thinner one first. So again, this is the older one. I'm going to get straight into these and just start skipping through the pages to show you guys. So I found Ben's work randomly just on Instagram, and I'd been following him for a little while. I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but I don't know a huge amount about him as an artist. But I saw his sketches like this style here, and I just fell in love with them straight away. I went on his website, and I could see that he actually has a ton of sketchbooks. I mean, you can tell from the fact that I ordered 9, and from the numbers on them. Around 45 or so, maybe more. But I couldn't resist buying some. I couldn't really decide which ones to buy either. But because I'm in the UK and I believe Ben is in the US, there is quite a big shipping fee. Unfortunately, that's quite often the case with international books. So I figured whilst I was paying for shipping, I may as well get quite a lot of them. Because honestly, the prices on these are really good. And I will put links in the description box below if you want to check out Ben's website and buy any of these books. But yeah, especially these older ones, I'm sure they're on for like $10 or something like that, which is absolutely nuts. There's a whole range of styles and, sketches. Some of them to me are almost like rendered finished pieces, and some of them are more like, thumbnail sketches. So yeah, there's a bit of everything really. And I kind of figured that showing this one that I own, which as mentioned is the oldest one I think, Sketchbook 29, assuming they are in order, maybe that along with one of the newer ones I own. That bigger one is a commissioned sketchbook, so I actually prefer that one. That one's a bit more expensive, don't get me wrong, but when you consider this one is 80 pages and the other one is like 200 pages, the thicker ones are 200 pages, I think it's really good. I absolutely love his rendering style with the pencils though. I don't know his actual process, but to me it kind of looks like pencils and maybe blending stumps. There are also some inking pages throughout. I don't think there's colour inside these books, but I haven't actually been through them all at this point. And I'm not showing every page, by the way. I am skipping quite a few. But that's it for that one. Let's take a look at the next one. So on to one that is my favourite out of the ones I've gone through so far. Ben Caldwell Commissions 2020 to 2021. You can tell this one is a thicker book. The covers are really nice on them as well. So I think this one was about $30 at the time of me, if I can get it in shot there, at the time of me buying these. So I think the older the book, I think he kind of sells them off a little bit cheaper, as mentioned, like the $10, I assume maybe to get rid of some old stock. I think Sketchbook 29 or around that is pretty much the earliest book I could find on the website. So I have no idea if once these are sold out, if maybe they are not reprinted. So if you are liking the look of any of these books, I would highly recommend buying them and not putting it off, because you may not get another opportunity. I know that on Ben's Instagram, he does sell a lot of these like original artworks. He does like live streams where people are able to bid on them, I think. This one in particular, I think, is a lot more sort of what I call finished or final renders, probably with it being commissions, but it does still contain like the thumbnails on some of them, and some are a little bit rougher, but they're all absolutely awesome. I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but the reason I like sketchbooks like this is mainly for inspiration and, just motivation, ideas. You'll notice a lot of Ben's work in these is comic book heroes. He is a comic book artist mainly, I believe. And you can see as well that there's a lot where it starts with like the thumbnail sketch or the rougher sketch, the layout, whatever you want to call it, and then the more final image or the process along the way. This bigger one is a little bit harder to open the pages, you might be able to tell, just because of the size of the book, whereas those smaller ones are very easy to open. Again, the smaller ones are about 80 pages, and this bigger one, or the bigger ones, are about 200 pages, I think. All the information is on Ben's website. Again, I'll put links to his Instagram page, and also to his website in the description box below. As well as that, as always, I will put links to any related videos to this that I think you guys might like, because I've got like over 150 book preview videos now. So yeah, I'll try and put ones that are related to this, maybe sketchbooks or comic books. I love this rendering. It's sort of sketchy, but also with some blending. Not something I do very often with pencils, but I do love pencil work. Pencil and ballpoint are the things I enjoy using and sort of really like the look of myself. And the other thing that I mentioned quickly earlier is the fact that Ben has quite a range of rendering styles. So this one, you know, as mentioned, is quite a well-rendered pencil, somewhat realistic comic book sketchy style, if that makes any sense. But some of the older ones, or maybe some of the other ones in general that I didn't pick up, are a little bit more cartoony, and you will see it throughout these. There's maybe a good example here. My point being that Ben has quite a large range in styles, from quite a cartoony style. I think he has maybe a cartoon comic called something like Dare Detectives, and then more like this sort of more rendered style, the one that I'm classing as the more realistic cartoony one. But yeah, take a look on the website, see which you prefer. Again, I don't want to flatten this fully, just in case I do cause the book any damage. He also actually has a book on cartooning, so you know, like a how to draw kind of cartooning book. I don't have it, but I've seen it come up really cheap on, I think on Amazon. I'll put links to it below just in case I can find it. And another thing to mention is, just from following Ben on Instagram for not very long, as I say, I only found him recently, but I can tell that he absolutely blasts out these sketchbooks. I don't mean he rushes them or anything, but I mean the speed that he creates these sketchbooks, as you can tell from the fact there's 40 to 50 of them. I think a lot of them are from his morning doodles or daily doodles or daily sketches. So I found that really inspiring, because I'm kind of one of those artists where I never actually get round to drawing. And I told myself if I bought these books, this would be like my motivation. Every time I see these books, it will remind me that Ben's absolutely, blasting these out, drawing every day. But yeah, these are absolutely awesome. Even whilst I'm skipping through quite a few pages at a time, I'm missing quite a lot, but we've still got quite a lot left in this book. Links to everything will be below. We do have some ink throughout. But yeah, if you want to see more of these sketchbooks, I will preview some more on camera, just let me know. I did get Ben's permission before doing this, or his wife's permission before doing this. I couldn't find many sort of previews to them online other than a few pages on his website, so I figured maybe it would help you guys out and help the artist out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to leave it at that because we're getting to the end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. It means I can keep making content like this. Thanks for watching, everyone.